Hello, everybody. I want you to learn Spanish with me in an interactive Bible study. My name is Franklin, and this is first1000hours.com. And so we're talking about something that I'm really excited about because you just have to find out. I just really like the fact that I can offer this experience with you. And so I'm just going to get to the point here. The Zoom meeting time for this interactive Bible study is going to be Friday, October 16th, 2020 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Bible study is going to be on Lucas 8, verses 4 through 15, the parable of the sower. And the Zoom meeting code is in the description of this video. I also want to say hello to Language Learning Lover. Hello, Kina. I'm glad that you are able to come to this live stream as well. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you about my experience last Friday night. I went to an interactive Bible study, and I really liked it. And so I was like, man, you know what? I have to share this with the first 1,000-hour community. And so what we did is we did different things. Like we went through, singing songs and different. I mean, we didn't sing songs. We watched songs. We then were able to talk about like the good things and the bad things of our week. That was a question we were asked. So we went around and then we answered that question. We had a prayer. And then we went into the interactive Bible study. And the person who led out was my friend and also my language partner that I've done like a language exchange with for about 9 months. Blanca from Costa Rica led out in that interactive Bible study. And so what she did is she got all of us to participate. And so we went through the parable of the sower. And so that's found in Luke 8, verses 4 through 15. And so we took turns reading one verse of that Spanish we took turns reading one verse in that parable. And so Blanca asked me to start first. And so there I am reading verse 4. And then someone else read verse 5. And then there was not a lot of people there. Probably, I would say maybe, I don't know, like 8 people or so. So then guess what? There's more verses than just 8 verses in that passage. So I was speaking again and reading another verse as well. And then what we did is Blanca reread verse 4, and then she asked us to give our own, what she was asking us, what did we get from that verse? And so people gave their different, what they were blessed by with that verse 4, and different people shared their thoughts. I shared some of my thoughts as well. And then we read verse 5, and then we talked about that as well. But there are so many thoughts that were shared and all of that we actually only got to those 2 verses going over it. So then we said, okay, well, what we're going to do is someone else would be the leading out next week, which is this Friday. And so we're going to have another interactive Bible study. And I'm like, you know what? I have to share this with the first 1,000-hour community, and I hope that you'll come to that. And so now I'm looking at this. It says 7 p.m. Eastern is 6 p.m. Central. Okay, I am sorry about the time. I just messed up a little bit on the time. The time is going to be 8 p.m. Central Time, okay? That's very important for me to say. It's 8 p.m. Central Time. So I believe that means that's, what you can figure out what it is in Eastern Standard Time. I live in Oklahoma. Sorry about that. So I think maybe that is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I think that's what I messed up on. But I know it is 8 p.m. Central Time. And I'll make a correction when I put a pinned comment or something like that here as well. All right, so I want to tell you some other things here of why I believe it's important for you to come out to this interactive Bible study. And this is a philosophy that I have here at First 1,000 Hours. It is in the water, not the land, that men learn to swim. Okay, thank you, Language Learning Lover. Akina, you were saying 8 p.m. Central is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. That actually makes a big difference. Okay, so thank you for that correction. And so when I'm talking about in the water, what am I meaning? This is what I mean. that you can hear, yeah, I'm sorry, in the land, you can hear me talk about language learning. I've talked to you about different things about my experience going to different, my experience going to a Spanish church. I've talked to you about going to a Spanish Zoom meeting and all of these things. I've talked to you about different things about even me reading in Spanish and all of these things. But I think you come to First 1,000 Hours not to just hear about my stories, but because your story is kind of intersecting with my story, and you want to continue to grow on that path in language learning. So, how do you do that? Do you just stay on the land if you're trying to learn how to swim? No, you have to go in the water. You have to have those immersive experiences to help you actually swim. And so that's why I'm very excited not to just talk about Spanish and all of that, but to also learn Spanish. You can learn Spanish with me in this interactive, immersive way. All right, so let's talk about some other things. What to expect. We're going to be watching Spanish church songs together. I like that a lot because there's a lot of things I don't know, like in Spanish, and so I'm learning different songs, and some of them I really like Padre, Padre Amado. And if you haven't heard that song, then I'm going to put a playlist right up here of Spanish songs I like. And so Padre Amado is in that playlist. And so you might like other songs. I have a lot of other Christian songs that I like in that playlist. Okay, so one thing you get to do is, again, watch Spanish church songs together. I'm going to watch them on YouTube through Zoom. There will be a potential short testimony / prayer request time. That's normally what people do on Friday nights. It could be subject to change, but that's normally what people do. And then we have an opening prayer. So someone does that. And then we're going to have the interactive Bible study on Lucas, again, 8 verses 4 through 15, the parable of the sower. All right. So now, why should you come? You might say, well, Franklin, okay, this is kind of big. Okay. I don't want to come to this. I'm going to be with all these native speakers from Costa Rica and maybe other countries. It's like I'm not there yet and all this stuff. And but just bear with me, okay? Let's look at this of some reasons why you should come. It is my belief that a language is best learned when it is primarily used rather than studied. So you have an opportunity to use the language in a practical way. You can say, well, I don't know that much of how to say some stuff. And we get so caught up sometimes, like I have in the past, of thinking about everything I don't know. But can you say hola? I bet you can. A lot of people can say hola. What if all you did is you came to that Zoom meeting and all you said is hola? That's better than doing nothing. And that's how you actually use the language practically. And I believe you can do more than saying hola. But if that's all you can do, then come to the Bible study, turn on your camera, and say hola. And if you don't want to turn on your camera, you don't have to. It's not, you don't have to turn it on, but it's nice if we can see your face. All right, let's continue. Also, small opportunities lead to bigger things in the future. And so you don't know what is going to happen, but I think sometimes we don't capitalize on opportunities that are sometimes right in front of us. And so what do you have to do to come to this Zoom meeting? You just need a computer or a smartphone, the internet, and we're not charging anything to come into this interactive Bible study. You can be with native Spanish speakers. I mean, people pay to get on italki and to have immersive experiences like with one person. We're talking about being with a group of Spanish speakers, which is, to me, more dynamic, more immersive, because especially when you're with more Spanish speakers, like the more Spanish speakers you're with, the more it's going to really be about Spanish instead of maybe about English and stuff like that. So I've just seen that to be the case with myself when I have gone to a Spanish church in the past. It's like, whoa, I'm in another country. It's not like being in an English church service. And so you get the benefit of something that is really, I think, really effective for having real world contact with Spanish. All right, so instead of having an I can't attitude, having how can I mindset. Again, it's not good to just focus on, oh man, I can't do this. I can't do this. I mean, you can do something. You can go to Zoom. That's something you can do. You can go to the Zoom meeting and you can even figure out, maybe things that you might want to say in advance. If you have to do something like that, if you're a little nervous or something like that, then just think about it before you go, and ask God to help you as well. And I think you'll be okay. And you already know the general format and topic before you come, so that's a help as well. I just talked to you about that, and you'll see a familiar face there, and the people are very friendly. One of the people, again, that's going to be there, I believe, is going to be my friend and language partner, the person who asked me to actually come to this, Blanca. And so I've known Blanca for a long time. I think at least 2 or 3 years. And I actually got to meet her in person in Texas about I think about 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago. So I've had very positive experiences with her, and the people have been very friendly. I've made mistakes and all these things, but I mean, people still want to let me have opportunities to speak and all of that, and I believe they'll let you do that as well. So you shouldn't worry about that. You'll get to study the Bible and learn Spanish at the same time. It's a win-win situation. I mean, the Bible is a very solid book to use to help you to be able to learn a language. And what better way of learning a language, being with people that are focused on learning more about the Word of God, and at the same time are going to let you be a part of their own environment. They're part of their community. And so again, please come if you have any questions about this experience, about coming out, or what, any other thing that you would have. Just leave some comments in this YouTube video. I also want to put up a playlist of me going to Spanish church and me talking about that experience, so that you can find out my mindset when I was, it was a struggle or whatever. I talk about that in detail, and I think you'll find that to be a benefit for yourself. And then I'm going to put a playlist of the Spanish songs I like, and I hope to see you in the next video.